Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So thank you for joining me again in the year 2021. Let's hope this year is a lot better than the last. In today's video we are going to be diving straight into a rehouse with the Chilobrachys Sp Electric Blue and the Heterothelia gabonensis, a really small dwarf tarantula which has started to outgrow the sling pot that it's in and requires something slightly larger. Now I'm a bit nervous about this Heterothelia gabonensis because it is so small. If this tarantula manages to escape, because it is an old world and it is fast, it will be very difficult to find it. Fingers crossed, let's do this. Okay, so in these enclosures we've got the Chilobrachys Sp Electric Blue and the Heterothelia gabonensis. The Chilobrachys Sp Electric Blue is going to be going into one of these really useful boxes, so it is quite the upgrade, as you can see. I love these, by the way. I've just bought 5 of these for some of the juvenile tarantulas that are getting a little bit too big for their sling enclosures now. £4 each. I mean, I got them from Hobbycraft. So if you're in the market to get some cheap enclosures, definitely check out Hobbycraft. I never thought to check there before, but I thought on the off chance they might have some in, let's have a look. And I did. Bought 5 of them, £4 each. Fantastic deal. And the good thing about these, they come in all different sizes. This is the 1.8 litre. Now, one thing I've noticed is, if you can see here, there is just a slight lip there that the tarantula, a small tarantula will be able to get over and through that gap. I don't know if you can quite see. Yeah, the gap just here, look. Just always make sure that if you're using these enclosures that the tarantula's carapace is not wider or thicker than this gap here, or the tarantula will escape. You see it gets slightly wider as you go further down, but not much. I'm confident that the Chilobrachys Sp Electric Blue won't be able to escape, but you know, if it does, we're going to be having fun trying to find that one. The Heterothelia gabonensis. Now, because this is a very small spider, I'm going to be upgrading it to... So we're going to be upgrading the Heterothelia gabonensis into one of these spiderling boxes. Now, just make sure when you're using these that there's no warpature on this lid here, because as you can see, if that does like warp with heat, the tarantula can escape through a gap like that. Always make sure that the lids are closed down properly, although there's been many times where I've left it open like that. The problem is not this corner, the problem is if you leave this corner open, you can see that gap on the inside. Something like this tarantula will definitely escape through a gap like that, so it's just something to keep in mind. Always make sure the enclosures are closed. That's a general rule for any tarantula enclosure. Always make sure the lid's closed, because if it's not closed and secure, the tarantula will get out. So let's get some substrate and get into it. Okay, so we've got the enclosure. It is a mixture of cocoa fibre and vermiculite with a hide, starter burrow underneath this cork bark, and some fake plants for foliage. Quite the upgrade from what the tarantula has at the moment. So let's get the tarantula out. And we can locate where the tarantula is. So there's only 2 exits that can come through now. Need something curved. These wooden tongs will do. Oh, I think we can slide some cord underneath that now. As always, the easiest way to do this. So, just going to use something to coax the tarantula down. There is a hole to the left, and he has found it. There we go. Let him settle for a minute, then we'll have a closer look. While I wait for the Chilobrachys to calm down so I can show you. Let's rehouse the Heterothelia gabonensis. First off, substrate. Just a basic enclosure. This is a terrestrial species. Old world, so fossorial tendencies. So we've got here cork bark, coca fibre with vermiculite. I'm just going to moisten one corner. As a baboon species, I'm assuming it's from an arid climate with a rainy season. So, you know, at a small age, it's always important to keep at least one half of the enclosure moist, so the spider has a choice of where to go. I'm going to use this cork bark to act as a water dish as well. And let's go ahead and rehouse a Heterothelia for the first time. So what I'm thinking is just dump that straight in to the enclosure. I think that's the safest way to go about it. Not the safest way to go about it, I just don't want this tarantula to escape, and I've lost my tongs already. Here they are. Oh, bigger than I thought. Can you just see that? Right there. Wow, you've got some nice coloration. Wow, you've got to see this. Tarantula I've never heard of before, the Heterothelia gabonensis. I wasn't too impressed or interested in dwarf species, to be fair. But seeing that, wow, that is a stunner. Yeah, he'll be more than okay in this enclosure. Not as small as I thought he was going to be, so I feel a bit more confident now. Gorgeous. Can you see that? Absolutely stunning. And he's going to go like clappers any second now. Ooh. Straight into that cork bark hide. Never to be seen again. Yep, he's in there. Not sure if you can just see that. Fantastic little species. But yeah, feel much more confident with him in this enclosure now. I'm not worried about him escaping out. Job well done. Let's have a look, see if the Chilobrachys has calmed down. Yeah, one thing I want to do this year, guys, is, you know, get a more in-depth look at these tarantulas as they get bigger. I'm not going to try and poke him to turn him around because he will not be happy. I'm just going to leave him as he is. Yeah. Tried to give me a run for my money, but can't stop the arachno-down ways of rehousing. The fail-safe. Yeah, an absolutely fantastic dream species of mine. Cannot wait for it to get larger. And this enclosure will be more than good enough for maybe the next couple of months. I'd say 2 more malts in this enclosure. Guys, there's also one more thing that I've bought over Christmas that I think pushes me from the novice keeper level up into the expert / advanced keeper, and that is, so let's go ahead and label our new enclosures. Straight enough. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave any comments you have down below. I'm going to start replying to all the comments I missed over Christmas, so look out for them in the near future. I'm sorry if I didn't get back to you quite as quick. I've just been having some downtime while I've been off work. So yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you, and goodbye.